Hi guys, Happy New Year. I know it's already February and I know people don't usually be saying Happy New Year this late in the year, but it feels like I'm just beginning my year because I spent most of January living that COVID quarantine life. So I am just getting back into the office kinda, and I am so happy to be back and happy to spend some time with you guys this evening. Now, the purpose of this video is actually to share with you. I'm going to start this year by sharing with you the two books that I'm reading right now. And I'm going to also share at the end of this video the books that I read last year. Just because I am very excited about the books that I'm reading right now, and so I just can't help but share them with you. And so the first book that I'm going to share is this book. The book is entitled God Has Not Forgotten. You Matter. It's a book by Jemalie John. And who is Jemalie John? Jemalie John is currently pursuing a PhD in curriculum and instruction and women's studies. Her research agenda is centered on Black women, Black immigrants, and Black education. Before starting her graduate program, she self-published her first children's book, the newest edition, A Tale of Siblings. Jemalie John also happens to be Vincentian by marriage. Shout out to Jemalie. And this book, God Has Not Forgotten, You Matter, is a young adult devotional composed from a collection of Black testimonies. In this devotional, you will find testimonies that reflect God's creation, love, peace, plan, timing, power, and protection. The contributing authors bring you into their lives by reflecting on their experiences and how God has shown up in every aspect. You will be blessed as you turn each page and learn more about how God continues to be the ultimate force in the lives of young adults around the world. Each section of testimonies ends with questions that help the reader reflect on what was written, as well as how God has shown up and shown out in their lives. Once you are blessed with this text, be sure to bless those around you. So why am I recommending this book to you? I'm recommending this book to you because it is a collection of Black testimonies written by young adults, young authors. I happen to like young people very much, and so if a group of young people came together and decided, hey, we are going to write a book, you can be sure I'm going to read it because I want to get like an insight into their mind, into their lives, into their testimonies, into their stories. And that is why I am so excited about reading this book. I've started reading it already and it started off pretty well, and I have no doubt that it will continue to go well. And another reason I like the book is that it was actually not written by one person. There are 45 contributing authors in this book, and the authors come from 7 different countries: United States of America, Canada, England, Scotland, Costa Rica, Guyana, St. Lucia, Dominica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In fact, of the 45 contributing authors, 11 of them are from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So, if you pick up this book, you can be sure that 11 young people from St. Vincent are contributing authors in this book. How can I not be excited? And so, apart from the contributing authors, one of the editors is also Vincentian. She's a Vincentian teacher of some 33 years experience, and some of you might know who she is. So this book brings that Caribbean flavor that I know that I would enjoy, that I'm sure that you will enjoy. So definitely want to pick it up. The youngest contributing author is actually only 21 years old. So you know that the young people really came out and decided to contribute their stories, their testimonies in this book. These young people are, of course, coming to you with various educational and professional backgrounds when they share their testimony. And so you can expect that diversity in perspectives to come together to give you a rich reading experience. So I'm pretty excited about this book, and I'm sure you'll love it too. You can use the book as a devotional, or you can read it as a regular book. One person said that they're reading the book as a regular book. I'm gonna use it as a devotional. So every day I read one testimony, and so far it has really been a source of encouragement and inspiration for me as a young person myself. And finally, I could let you know that I am one of the contributing authors, and so I must say thank you so much to Kenisma. This is my first time being a contributing author in a book, and it has really, I've been wanting to write a book for a very long time. And just contributing, I think I did about 3 or 4 of the testimonies in this book, just contributing to this book, just kind of inspired me to get back to writing my own. And so, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this experience. It has been a blessing to me, even in just sitting down to write my testimony. And so thank you so much for affording me the opportunity, Kenisma. And finally, this book, I am very excited about this book for another reason, simply because I just find that it was such a good idea. Because for those of you who are involved in ministry in some way, shape or form, COVID has really impacted what we can do. And in these times, we have to be very creative in how we can continue to do the work that we love to do despite COVID. And so when this idea came up, I was thinking to myself, well, how come I never thought about doing this, right? You can reach people in these COVID times with an idea like this. And so, notwithstanding the fact that we can't go out and meet people face to face in the way that we are accustomed to, in the way that we love to do, this right here solves that problem. So it's an idea that you might want to steal for your own youth ministry. Now, the second book that I want to recommend to you is this book, Show Your Walk by Austin Kleon. And why did I read this book? I read this book because one of my favorite YouTubers, one of my new favorite YouTubers who I listen to all the time these days, Ali Abdal, repeatedly recommended this book. And this book is about it's a very good book sharing tips on how you can grow as a creative and as an entrepreneur and get your work out there, and how you can grow and scale whatever business you're running. I read the book also partly because he said that he read the book in 20 minutes. I know different people read different books at different speeds. Like, I know people can read a book very fast. He said he read it in 20 minutes. And he said it's because the words are small and there are photos in this book. Now, everybody loves a book with photos. It's my first book with pictures in a very long time. And so if he said he read this book in 20 minutes, I thought, okay, well, here's an easy read that I could get through in about 20 minutes, half an hour. But I read this book in 2 hours, 14 minutes and 25 seconds. So I didn't quite hit that 20-minute mark, but I did read the entire book in one day. That's actually today, 2nd of February. I read this book today. It's my first book that I'm completing for the new year, and I was able to get through it in one day in just about 2 hours roughly, and make notes. I should add that in. I was able to make notes because one of the things I'm trying to do is not just read books, but also to record my thoughts and how I feel about the book as I'm reading it. And so that time frame actually includes my note taking. So you keep that in mind. So you can get through this book in less than 2 hours. So I definitely encourage all entrepreneurs, all creatives to get a copy of this book and give it a read. Add it to your 2022 reading list, right? Last year, I was able to read some other books as well. I read about 5.5 books. Now, I know some of you are already judging me. It's shameful to say that in a whole year I only read about 5.5 books. I used to get through books much faster, but come on, last year was a hard year. You cut me some slack, right? So the 5 books that I read last year, I want to recommend those books to you because all of these books I found were good books and I want to recommend them to you. They were The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, The Millionaire Next Door, that's by Dr. Thomas J. Stanley, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This is a book that I started and stopped and started and stopped, but I finally finished that book last year. And The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Those are books that I read last year. I started reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, but I didn't quite finish it in the whole year, so I'm still going through that book. And I didn't actually read these books like how I read this one and how I'm reading this. These two books are the first books I'm reading physically in a long time. I usually do my reading by using the Amazon Audible app. Usually when I'm driving or walking or whatever, I just plug in my headphones and get through my books that way. So you can definitely download that app, Audible, and get through your reading in that format, right? I find it's just very convenient. But I must say I really missed flipping actual pages, right? So cheers to real books, buying real books and having them and keeping them and sharing them and flipping the pages. And if you look at the list of books that I read last year that I'm recommending to you now, you would notice that these books are finance books. And if you look at the YouTube videos that I've uploaded between October last year all the way down into December, they are really geared towards financial stuff, right? So I talk about property acquisition, property sale, what is that I talk about? Estate planning. Yeah, these are really, I started with those videos because, you know, targeting young people is very important for you to know your finance stuff and your accounting stuff and laws as well, your marketing, you know, the things that you need to learn. And so it's going to be important for you to know the law about real property, estate planning, that sort of thing, right? My first video for the new year is going to be talking about divorce. And you might ask yourself, why would anybody want to start the new year talking about divorce? But divorce is one of those things that can affect your finances. So I want to let you know what you want to keep in mind if you are considering getting a divorce. You never know. Maybe at the end of the video you might change your mind. I don't know, but we'll talk about it. So that video is going to be up on the channel next week, Monday, 7 o'clock. So you want to like and subscribe so that you are first to see that video when it comes out. You know what these YouTubers say. Smash that like button. Ring the bell. Right. So that's been it for this video. I'm very happy to be back again. Happy New Year. I wish you all the love, peace, prosperity, productivity that this year could potentially bring. And yeah, that's the motorbike passing and ruin my audio. But yeah, as I was saying, all of the productivity that this year could possibly bring, and I just want to wish you guys long life, good health, and I will catch you guys in the next one.